And we live.
No, what up?
Not my fault. I tried. I let you know beforehand. You got caught slipping.
Welcome to PopsCast episode 20. We made it to 20 episodes. By God, Lord have mercy. I didn't think we was gonna do it, but we did it, and we're still going strong.
And we going, yes.
Super consistent. Yeah, I don't no stopping anytime soon.
Facts.
Man,
and
yo.
hey yo, early shout out to our folks in Delhi that's listening. We see y'all out there.
Right.
In India, bro, they in India, they be listening, man. Shout out to y'all. We don't know who you are, but we appreciate you. I want to let you know Tez appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, this is episode 20, the day before. Well, this is a Thanksgiving episode, okay? It's not really Thanksgiving episode, but we're shooting it the week of Thanksgiving.
Yes,
By
sir.
the time you guys are watching this or whenever you guys see it. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I want to say I can say on behalf of all of us, we are thankful for everybody who's watching and supporting the PopsCast. We all greatly appreciate it. So
We do.
thank you. Okay.
Yes,
We're like we just said, this is only the beginning. We got a long way to go.
Facts.
So thank you for your support.
That okay sound like okay. All right, I said it. Okay. Sound like you were forced to say that, Mars.
It's like I said what I needed to say.
I had my gangster lean on when I was talking, so I got
Get his ass out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. What gangster lean?
I was, I had to chill. Oh, anyway, how y'all doing, man? So, what's new in the Cortezmos and the CK-thins? Is that right?
CK-thins?
I hate that y'all keep saying that. That's not gonna stick. I'm not letting that stick. I'm not.
I'm tripping on the Cortezmos. Like, when did we become that?
Nah, you always been that. That's not new.
No, hey, hold on. So let me interject. So the other day we were in Nella Trey's Discord, right? And they started asking who would, like, if you had to pick between doing the fusion dance and the Potara earrings with from like Dragon Ball Z, who would you fuse with? And Trey had picked me, and he was like, I just picked Tez. It wouldn't be as bad. So the names they came up for, if the fusion was predominantly I think is Nella based, it'd be called Nelmo. So it's Nelmo and then Tesla. Like I think so the fusion dance is Nelmo and the earrings are Tesla. I was like, I respect it. Yeah, like Nelmo, bro. I was like, wow. So I'll take Nelmo. We can take the Nelmos.
Wait, but he's not here. So why are you trying to take?
I don't want Cortezmo.
Cortez
ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry, champ.
Man, the CK. Where did you get CK-thians from?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It just sounded like it fit together, but
the C-Crucians work because he's CK and he's Crucian, but
isn't that like a crab or something?
That sounds like a whole disease.
But he's Crucian.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm sorry for people out there that's Bayesian. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord. But yeah, so what's new? A little update since the last podcast. I guess I'll start. What's going on in the Mars's house. We'll go there. We'll keep it there. We got Millie out here starting her terrible twos early.
Yes.
God.
She is really
terrible.
It's not there yet because she's at the cusp of like breaking into the terrible twos because she does the things that she knows she's not supposed to do while looking at you and doing it, and then you tell her to stop, and she's like, I might stop, but I'm not there yet, and do a little bit of one more push on something, and then I'm like, yo, Millie, and then I gotta sit up, and then she backs off a little bit. But
so
it's
she's
only a matter of
transcendence
time
past
before...
throwing stuff at you, like just.
Well, that was just because she had learned how to throw, and
got you.
Now she's like, there's a cup on the edge of the table, and she's inching it over to watch it fall down. Like she has a cup full of juice, and she's gonna turn it upside down just to watch it drip out. Yeah, 100%. Like she is starting, but like she's to the point where she's listening, like she's still listening, and we don't have to repeat ourselves like 100 times yet. Where it's just like we gotta say enough with enough bass in our voice, and she'll stop. But I don't know how much longer she's gonna realize that we just all talk. I know I am.
Yeah, wow.
I be poking my chest out like, yo, Millie, Stop.
Knock it off.
Yeah. And then
She ain't
next
scared
thing
of
you
you,
know,
Mars.
she doesn't. She is right now, but like I
For
said,
now.
I don't know how long it's
How
gonna
long it's
take
gonna
until she
last?
figures it out. Like, oh, he's not gonna do nothing. He ain't about that life.
Oh, Beanhead ain't gonna do nothing.
Big soft
Yeah.
ass.
That's so funny.
Yeah, man. What about you, Tez? What's going on with you and the twins?
In the twin world, man. So we're getting the girls' ears pierced this weekend. It's gonna
Good
be
luck,
a whole new ball game. My ladies they're getting better and better at standing slowly but surely. I mean, you never know. 1 minute they're standing down, sorry, not standing down, they're sitting down, or they're standing up.
Stand down, children.
They're standing up, sitting down, or they're letting go more and more, like really taking control over their muscles and getting better at it. Then we haven't seen no full steps yet, but like they have that thing that they can kind of push. It's you see it
Okay,
the
the
little walker, like they're
thing.
getting better with that. I'm like, man, y'all really
That's what's up.
really about to take off and start running. We haven't had any more teeth. They still only have the two bottom teeth under almost a
in the
year
front?
old. Yeah.
Yes.
Just like right here, I'm like, bro, where is y'all teeth at? It's like,
Where the
don't
rest of
ask for
your teeth
them, because when they come, it's gonna be hell.
Yeah.
What else has been popping with them?
Good luck
Your
with the ear
boy
piercing.
finally got a job. What about
There you
no
go,
the
Tez.
ear piercing's getting done this weekend.
I know. I'm saying good luck.
Oh
You'll be
yeah.
all right.
I'll save that for a
Like
little bit later on.
it's
They'll be all right.
I'm
What
not
I
sure how it's
hope-
gonna be.
What I hope doesn't happen is that when one sees, unless you guys are doing them at the exact same time, Kira holds when you hold the other, then you should be all right. But if you're doing one at a time, I hope what doesn't happen is one seeing the other one get stuck,
Hey,
and then she gets
happening?
upset before she even gets stuck.
Yeah.
What? She's
I gotta
screaming?
do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they get shots. They get shot separately. Like that's something like I could imagine like when they get older and they start having to be in the like because they were little and they had to have two different doctors. I'm like, yo, can you imagine what it's gonna be like when they're in the same room and somebody go first? It's like I don't want to go. Let me out.
They did that to you? Oh no, I don't, Daddy. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't have to do it.
It's
I'm
in your
twins,
butt.
so they're gonna feel it.
It's
They're
in
gonna
your
sense the
butt,
pain.
like in the hip. Yeah, that hair's getting much longer, man. They're getting more vocal. Jazz hit the monkey see monkey do stage real early. Like she's really good at copying stuff. She sees you do it like one or two times. As far as vocals and actions, she's basically able to emulate stuff really quick. I'm like, damn, you pick up fast. No real
Right.
verbs, but like she does this thing where I was like, I took a sip one time out of a drink and went like, and then she was like, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. So now it's a battle. She'll do it. We'll battle back and forth. It's like, I see who can do it the loudest or the lowest. They picked up clapping real easy. It's a joy to see my girls grow, man. Like they're really smart babies. They're a handful. I love them. And we just discovered the pooping trigger, meaning like we know it used to be they would poop silently. Now it's to the point where we know like what you doing over there, huh? What why you in this corner? I was like,
And then just quiet staring at you, turning
yeah.
red.
No, yo, Jazz. So Jazz watched me change Jules tonight. I had her on the change table. Here come Jazz crawling in the room. She stopped dead at the door. Look up at me. CK, you know how like when somebody's in when they get down, get ready to like tackle. She got in this like tackling stance and like put her head down. I'm like, who you finna hit on the ground, little girl? Like you in a perfect like you finna blitz somebody, and just like. I was like,
oh dang! So,
come on,
poop position.
She's getting ready.
I'm like, yo, you
Hunkering
see me
down.
in here changing your sister, and then you gonna get down and get set and start pooping. I'm like, all right, it is what it is, man.
Is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes, sir. What about you, CK? What's been going on over in the C. Crucian house?
Sounds like a disease. I
That's
don't
not.
like that.
I'm
I'm not keeping
What did
that.
you
I don't
call them,
like
Mars?
that at
The
all.
Calians? I don't know.
I don't want none of them. None of them. The Clarkies. We'll call them the Clarkies.
The Clarkies?
Crazy. No, everything's good, man. I think the biggest change is just Malik went from my G2 parents out there. He went from a peg to a Mickey button. Basically, I don't know if you guys saw the picture. It was like a little cord that was hanging off of him. We were feeding him that way. But we got that taken out, so now it's like a little button that's connected to his belly, so you can't really tell that he's not feeding through mouth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's just hurting, a little sore. Little man's just sore, but taking it like a champ. All of his rehabs and everything have started up, so we're all hoping that 2021 we'll be ready. We'll be able to get that thing out because he'll be able to eat by mouth. That's what we're hoping for. But everything with them is good, man. Anaya, being the big sister she is, doing a great job. Everything's good over here, man. Everything is good over here in the Clarkies household.
The Clarkies. No, that's not sticking either.
Clarkies.
We're gonna work on it. We're gonna
gonna
work
work on it.
What do we call Mars and them?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Exactly what you said. Mars and them. That's it.
Chill out. No, you ain't for the slide. You ain't for the slide off like that. The ultra rarians, the ultra
No.
rare Marsians. I don't know.
We are.
We trying to
Chaz,
name his
you
channel
are.
people?
I'm
You
bad.
are not.
Look,
You are
CK's helped me
not
come up
in
with most
charge.
of my names, so don't worry about me ever finding one that sticks. CK throws something out and it randomly sticks for me, so I'll take it. He helped me come up with the underscore with Tez, which ended up becoming the Anime Trap House. Patent penned it from something actually CK said. Actually, I got the Anime Trap House off of something you and KDJ said, and I merged them.
And you just took them.
Beef.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad everybody's doing okay in all households and
Bob
whatever you want to call them and stuff. Yeah. So let's get the show started.
I like that. Ted did a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good one. So we're gonna talk about the first topic that we got today, which is sacrificing your time with your family. Since it is Thanksgiving, and a lot of families coming around, and we are all bringing our new members to family, still being safe, and just seeing a whole bunch of new things. I wanted to talk about this because we're all doing our own little ventures. CK, you're doing. Tez, you're starting to do what you're doing, and it's different than actually having a 9-to-5 job than what we're actually doing. So things are just structured a little differently. And I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of entrepreneurs out there who have families and kids and stuff as well. So sacrificing your time to do what you do to try to provide for your family, or, spending time with your family and not doing what you want to do. So it's pretty much a sacrifice of your time. What do you think holds the most weight where we are right now? Okay, we could talk about future things later on, but
Yeah.
at this current stage where we are right now, we got the newborns, we got the toddlers and stuff. So what I'll go first, since I brought the topic up, like about sacrificing time. I I think if you are an entrepreneur, content creator, or just anything where you're not working for somebody else, I do think in the very early stages of you starting your family that you need to actually sacrifice some of your family time to do what you want to do, and hopefully your partner
That's the
will
big part right
understand that that's the thing, right? Because you want to sacrifice the family time now, so when it actually really matters, when they get older, the kids get older, you can actually be there and be invested into whatever they're doing, because you put all the groundwork in now at the very beginning. So later on you're established, you built the foundation, and you can chill, versus when they get older, you're doing it, and you're missing out on important things: soccer games, music recitals, dance recitals, and whatever your kid is involved in. You want to be around for that. So we can go a little bit more in detail, but before we do, I want to get your guys' opinions first on it.
CK, you can run with it because it's permanent. It's your bread and butter now.
Yeah, literally the everything you said at the end is exactly what I'm going through right now, and that's the biggest part of it. And to get to the point where I'm at right now, it wasn't just like an overnight, like, okay, I'm doing it, I'm quitting my job, and we're just doing this one guns blazing. No, me and Carly have had these conversations for, I want to say, over a year and some change. We knew that it was going to come to it at some point. In a perfect world, we want to say, when we're all set and we're ready to go, then you can make that leap and you can try. But then it just got to that point where she was bringing it up too, saying this, it's like, what, why not just do it now? We're about to be 30. We're going into 30. Wouldn't you rather do it now, go through the hard part? Because you already gone through a lot of hard parts in the past when you first started doing YouTube and all that stuff. But go through the harder part of getting to a point where you can, live off of this financially. So then by the time, Naya's older, Malik's older, now we're cruising through it. We're making money the right way. I'm able to spend time with them because I have my own system and whatever. Everything's understood and whatnot. And yeah, so we've had conversations about that. So she understands how that goes. But when I'm not working, I'm not working. If I'm if it's not told to her on a schedule, if it's not told to her what I have to do for a certain day of the month, if I'm not working, I'm not working. I'm making sure I'm spending all that time with Malik and spend all that time with Carly and Anaya. But it's hard because, like Mars said, though, it's just you're also balancing on that rope where you're not established. So it's like if something comes up where it will help push your brand and push your own company to the next level, you got to make that sacrifice in the beginning, right? Because you're not established. I'm not Tesla yet, so it's not like I can turn anything down. Like if something comes that can benefit me, but it's 11 o'clock at night, I gotta make that sacrifice and go and do that. So as long as she understands that, which she does, and she's been really supportive of this whole entire thing. I couldn't do any of this without her. I think that's the biggest part because the beginning is very tough because I've been giving up a lot of time to do this when I would rather do stuff with them. But at least in this case, I'm doing it for something that I want a lot more to come out of compared to working a job that I don't care about, then doing this and then feeling like I have no time for anybody else. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's hard, but like Mars said, it's to build it now. You're building the the foundation. So you living in the house and you don't have to worry about the rest of it.
Bob City.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Tez, what about you, man? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. First, let me acknowledge Eugene in the chat. What's going on, big dog? Second, I wholeheartedly agree, but then at the same time, I feel like because I know you do want to talk about future tense. Like right now, if I had to put it into perspective, not having a job gave me more time to work on stuff, find my groove, find my way of doing things, and I have my way of doing things now. But then going back into the workforce, it's gonna change everything up again. I got two babies. You got two babies, but you already have a kid that's more established and easier to they can deal with things and do stuff. Mine are tackling everything all at one go. So it's like, yeah, I want to be able to put more time into doing something that even if it's just one small fraction of, if I got at least one thing done, I can feel okay because I'm never, not that I won't have the time, but I don't think with me starting as late as I did, I don't think I'll ever truly have all that time until my babies are much older, and that's just how it goes. And not everybody, they don't find their niche till way later. So some cases it just may take others longer to get to where they want to go, or at least for it to start making sense and doing well. But it's just balancing, because even now, with having nothing to do in COVID, like I could be sitting here and Kira wants to do stuff, or either she goes to her mom's house, and whenever she leaves is when I'm able to do stuff. It's far and few between that I can rarely record something in the house, like because there's either baby's making noise or she wants to do something, and honestly we haven't done anything in so damn long. It feels like forever, because with me having my job and then being on two different wavelengths, because I was getting up, as y'all know, I was a part of the 5 a.m. club for almost 2.5 months up into being let go. So I was getting up early, going to bed early. She gets up later, goes to bed later. So we were just never here, but we were always on sync when it came to the babies. But it's just like, damn, I didn't have time to do much of any recording or barely even a stream if I had an off day. So like, I definitely say I agree with finding, when you got the time, take it. If you and your partner can definitely sit down and figure it out. Because I mean, I have my whiteboard, or at least if I know I want to record something, like, hey, give me like 10 or 15 minutes. And this is all contributed to Mars, like just helping me learn how to digest my details down more. So the recording's never too long. I never go too crazy in anything as far as how I edit yet. But I think it's just all the talking portion, because there will come days like CK, you do small little updates here and there, but maybe like there's a day where and just going off both y'all, like if there's something with one of the mobile games, it takes some time. Like you really have to sit down and really be about the information and details you give out, and like, oh 100%. Man, I thought this would be like 15-20 minutes, this just turned into like maybe an hour plus type of thing, just based on the amount of information or how important it is for you to deliver the best of you with your message to your audience. So
Mhm.
it's always just gonna be sorry, it's gonna be taxing. So I
Oh
still
man,
I still feel like I haven't figured it out yet, man. Because like I said, it
see,
hurts
yeah,
in bits and pieces when I can say I haven't spent enough time, and I know she wants to spend more time. I'm just like I want to grow and do stuff because my biggest thing to her is I don't want to be stuck unhappy doing something for the rest of my life, but at the same time I can't put all my eggs in one basket because I have them three to be mindful of and take care of
right.
until something either came up.
And that comes down to sacrificing, right?
Yeah.
Like it, and that's what I'm saying. Do you think this is the time that you should put all your eggs in one basket, right? Not saying like I'm not talking
Yeah.
about your situation personally, Tez, but like
If
in the
this was
beginning where
somebody
you're
else, yeah,
right. If if do you
Use
think
me
you
as an
should?
example.
yeah,
Yeah, CK. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
If
like
you got things, if you
because
got, like I said, if
the
you got the
beginning
time, yeah. Like, especially
in the beginning
if it's
is
not
very hard.
costly to you as a whole. Say you are somebody that doesn't have a family like either of us, or even if you are somebody, I don't see why not. But at the same time, it's just you have to be mindful of can I take care of everything? Like CK, basically CK, if bills are gonna be handled, everything's gonna be fine. There may be a slight bit more pull on everything as how things get paid. Money just might be a little bit more tighter, but not so tight you
Yep.
can't breathe. I say, hey, why not? If your audience is there, your viewers are going, everything's on the up and up, and until the first big bump comes along, I say keep with it, go ahead. But even when that
Yeah,
bump comes, keep with it, go ahead. So yeah, invest in it now, so you don't have to look back and be like, I wish I woulda, shoulda, or could have a little bit more
right.
fervently,
And
with a little more
this is
fervor. Sorry.
on my part as well, because this is I'm speaking with experience because I was for the past like year and a half I was working two jobs. I
Mm.
was grinding. I was working two jobs, and I was also putting a lot of content out on YouTube as well. And I barely had any time for Millie, because I would come home, Millie sleep. We always talk about this in all
Yeah.
podcasts, like
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, CK actually inspired it by you doing what you did, CK. And it's like, F this job, I'm doing what I want to do. It
Mm.
made me sit back and relax, like think like, okay, sacrifices really have to be made, right? And this, in my opinion, this is the time to do it, because I'm not trying to sacrifice when Millie has to go to, or
Exactly.
go to somewhere, and then I just quit my job and I can't pay for Millie's
Exactly.
class trip or something like that
Yeah.
later down the
Yep.
line right now.
Yep.
So I felt like right now is for me, everybody's situation is completely different. And whenever you feel like you could take that leap, do it. So I was like, you know what? I have two jobs. We're okay. We're decent. I really didn't need the second job, but I was just using it
That extra
because
fluffing.
right.
It
And I
helped.
was sacrificing a lot of my free
Can't
time.
get
So
mad at
now
that.
I left that job. I have way more free time than I've ever had in the past 2 years. So now, like this is the first week where I've actually like noticed it, and I've been missing out on life, like, just because of this. Just I was working too much, yo, and so
Yeah.
I made the sacrifice, and I'm not working as much as I want to on like jobs that I don't want to do, that's not helping me, like you said, CK. Like, well, I'm not doing something. Then, and as you said it too, like I'm not working at a job where I'm going to hate forever and just like, God, I gotta wake up and go to this stupid job. I don't want to do this. Nah. So now this gives me the chance, because I feel like when your back is against the wall just a little bit,
A
you're
hundred
good.
percent.
It gives you more push forward
Hundred
to do
percent.
what you want to do. So by me quitting my job, is it put like where I'm not completely against the wall, but I'm my back is against the wall slightly, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
bet now I want to grind to get myself off the wall to
Yeah.
do the things that I want to do. So yeah, not sacrificing is very, I think is very important at the very beginning. And also you find the balance, right?
Yep.
Because in the beginning, I haven't been doing as long as CK has, but I've been doing it for a couple of years myself. And in the very beginning, before babies even were involved, my whole
Mhm.
relationship with me and Katie was kind of on the rocks a little bit, because I was like, oh, I gotta stream for 20 hours a day. I gotta
Mhm.
make all these videos, and I wasn't putting any time back into
Into the
Katie. So
relationship. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Katie's like, and this was all new to me and it was all new to Katie because
Her.
she didn't know what was going on or what this
Right.
lifestyle was about. So it was kind of, like uh-oh. So and then I
Yeah.
took a step second and realized like, okay, we got to find a balance. And I'm still working on balance myself as well. It's not even
Me
I
too.
don't have it down like completely because sometimes like you said things pop up, like something that I need to get done or like a new game just in my sense a new game just came out and I gotta hurry up and get this review out
Get
and
on
talk
that.
about this. I could be sitting in the middle of a movie with Katie and I'm like, damn, I gotta get this out.
It's
And I
exactly the
just
same
got,
thing. Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm
I
saying,
don't
and
I don't think I
I
could do
feel
that.
bad, but
I ain't got it
but then
like that. I just be like, shows come out when they come out. You'll hear from me. I wish I had. I was like, it just dropped. It's too late for me to record when episodes usually drop, especially if you catch them before like the official translations maybe, and that's even for manga. Be like, man, this house dead silent. She right here in the bed. Guys, that's why I can't wait to hopefully get a 3 bedroom. Then it might work out a little better in the way, especially the way y'all put it into
right,
like.
right.
But I wanted
Well,
to
no,
touch on what you said about streaming though, Mars, man. Like I
go
think
ahead.
I think why we thought that back at the time is because the people we looked up to or in those shoes, they had that freedom to do that because it was they were like, yeah,
Right,
this is
yeah.
this is all I did, but they may or may not have to sacrifice kids or the relationships with anybody that
Mm-hmm.
they felt was super important that they want to foster something with long term because we thought that's what we needed to do, and sometimes I still feel like I need to stream longer because when we were streaming, we enjoyed it, and we love playing games with the homies. We always had a blast, but then now said a fraction of the homies, us, we all got kids, and it's more serious, and now it's like we got other stuff to do. But like you said, it's just finding that balance, and that's not even with content creation, folks. It's for anybody that's
Yeah, any
starting a new
entrepreneurs.
type of
Yeah.
business,
Entrepreneurship,
trying to
business.
get
Yeah.
something off the ground. Like if you go into horticulturalism, like if you wanted to start a landscaping business, so you're trying to learn how to do repair and engineering of any small kind, like taking trade courses, which is something I thought about doing too to start my own thing. That's that stuff you got to invest in now. Like I see the importance of it now rather and how important it could be later to set my family up with something that's sustainable for them to one, I'm not looking back like, yeah, my babies, my wife, when her school end of the year trip, they went to Ireland. They went to
Mhm.
Ireland. I'm like, bro, I want to be able to send my kids to where, even if it's a school trip and they go off to the fucking Poconos, I want to send them wherever they want to go. Or I'm not trying to look up like how my aunt was with me when my great uncle passed away. I couldn't go to prom because there were no funds. Like all these medical bills and everything got in the way. Nobody, maybe I think only one of my cousins out of a lot of us went to prom. The rest of us, we were just like, it's too tough right now. Our families can do it. So yeah, I love to be able to not have that
Not have
situation.
that for your kid. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
putting in all the ethic and the grinding and even putting up with a little miserable job until better comes along, until I'm able to either start my own business or my content creation really flourishes, or whatever I do with the homies takes off into a better light. I'd rather grind that out now than once it does hit where we need it to be, I can step back and say, all right, now's the time. I can invest more with my kids, when not to say the young stages don't matter, because they do matter,
Oh
but
yeah,
I think it
facts.
I think it
100%.
matters way more once they get bigger and start really feeling things. I think that's when it's like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, like daddy ain't never around, man.
Right,
He always at
right.
work. I come home, he sleep. When I get up, he
Mm-hmm.
sleep. Daddy don't do shit. Well, I mean, I do stuff. You just,
Just
just
not stuff that
you
you
got a roof,
understand.
don't you? You got food in your belly, don't you? You got toilet paper to wipe your ass, don't you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
See, yeah, nah, I'm not here for that. And like, so yeah, sacrificing is good. Finding the balance is good, and
It's
just
important.
enjoying yourself.
Not
Yeah,
just good. It's
yeah,
important.
it's important because
Because
yeah, that
there's no way you can go into this world of entrepreneurship, content creation, whatever it may be, if you do not find any type of balance. Like you said, there will be sacrifices, but even in those sacrifices, you're still finding a balance of some sort.
Mhm.
You can go gun ho in whatever you're trying to do, and still at least have some sort of conversation, have some sort of connection, or some kind of, especially if you're in a situation like this where you have a family or you're with a significant other, you still got to have that communication, or else yeah, you're gonna be that guy that's gonna be successful as all hell, but still single because you never knew how to do any of this stuff in a relation. This is just me talking to anybody listening to this that are not in a situation where they have kids. You know what I'm saying? But especially when you do have kids and do have a family, stuff like that, it is even more important then because you don't want to then be successful and then have a failing relationship with not just your significant other, but with your kids as well.
Man,
Like, that ain't never been like Ted said. Yeah,
like, but that ain't never here.
It's very important. Very important.
Yeah, it is. And if you don't take our word for it, I can give you two individuals who you can also hear say these exact same things: Gary V and TBH, Modern War Negro. If you know him by the old terms, like TBH been going through it heavy in his last couple podcasts. He's been talking about how important it is for him to find balance with his growth and his relationships with people, and like even to the point where he had more like a mental breakdown, but he let it out. He had to let out and release, like, you know, just. It's important,
not easy, man.
Nah,
it's not easy.
So yeah, like, and it's his way of living, just like CK. So I'm like, damn, like I never looked at it from that side, you know, like I got people, you know, and so I'm not really sitting here like, but at the same time, I want to be in his shoes. But I'm like, yo, it comes to be in those shoes comes with all this other stuff that you don't realize from the outside looking in. I'm like, dang. So yeah, it just gives you perspective.
Right. Yeah, I see Yuji in the chat. He experienced that. He said his pops was gone before he got up, and he wasn't home until he went to bed. He provided everything for me, but I'd be lucky to get any time with him. You know, so you know, people. You know, I feel like, you know, yeah, nah. Especially, you know, with our parents' generation, that was like the way to. Like, you have to work 24/7 to provide for your family. Like, I feel like that's a common denominator amongst, you know, our parents' generation, the boomers, so they call it. Because my dad,
I'm sorry, just the way you said it, boomers,
as they say, as I've heard the young folks say.
You know, and I feel like my dad, he had a great balance between it, because
shout out to Fuzz, guys.
He was type of dad. He worked all the time, right? But he was at every football game. Every time I looked in the stands, he was right there. You know, he was at all my events for school and everything. He was still there. But I knew this man was working hard as hell, you know, to provide for me and my brothers. So he did.
My mama, same thing.
Right, and I
for 2 roles, and she did exactly. She was
for y'all that don't know, that's our mother. CK ain't told my mama I want to come home yet.
Well, I guess she wasn't at every event because she wasn't at a goddamn event.
Ain't even come to the band PTA meetings. I was out there blowing, mama. I was on the field. High knees.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Marla.
Nah, you good. Yeah, nah, it's facts, and it's just like, you know, and seeing and realizing that now as having my own family, I'm like, damn, yo, like just trying to working all this and then trying to be here and do that and do this and still be a family man. Like, it's hard work, man. It's real hard work. So finding the balance is one of the most important things. But yeah, 100%. Yeah. So you want to sacrifice now in the beginning, so you don't have to sacrifice later on in life. And I feel like if we figure that out now at this very beginning stages, I think we'll be on a fast track.
I'm 30. You know, CK's about to hit 30. Mars, you about to be 30 deuce. You know,
yeah, I'm about to be 32. Yeah,
yeah, he's about to be 30 deuce. So we got time, and this is our time. But I want to also say, man, I feel like we know so much about Fuzz that I think the day we actually get to go to Andre's wedding, it's gonna be like, damn, Fuzz. I ain't gonna have nothing to say. I'd be like, he could be like, who the hell is this boy calling me Fuzz, Jamar? I'm like, damn, it's like that, Fuzz. Look at this country ass boy calling me Fuzz like he know me. I'm like, damn, Fuzz, it's like that. I know everything.
Nah, he gonna punch you in your chest, man. I promise you. You gonna hit you right in your chest, man.
Like, boy, you better call me Mr. Connor. I'm like, Mr. Connor.
Yes, Mr. Connor.
But yeah, so any closing like remarks on sacrificing time before we move on to the next topic?
I think you hit it. Just make the time. Spearhead it. Okay. Make the time now, so you're not looking back with regrets. And I think that's anything that you have passion about. And then I'd say find people who support that vision. Surround yourself with people who support that vision. Because if you have a lot of naysayers in your ear, it will sometimes influence the way you feel.
Don't find yes men.
Yeah. Don't find yes men. Just find people.
Surround yourself around people that are going to constantly bash something that you are very passionate about. You don't need to be around those people just because they don't understand and they don't want you to succeed on something that they don't understand. You don't want to be around that.
And that's a better way to put it. Like support doesn't always come with the yes. Support comes with, all right, cool, I get what you're saying. That shit's trash.
Yes,
Try again. Or people who just saying, I get it, and if this is what you like to do, go ahead with it. I'm behind you, even if they don't have nothing to say or add to the tea. At least they're not saying, oh man, you ain't gonna be able to do this.
That you're doing something that you are passionate about.
Yeah, I had a couple of yes men in my corner, and
I felt like the whole squad we were yes men for each other's dreams.
No, I didn't smack them. I just stopped asking.
I don't think so. I don't consider you guys yes men for me. I mean, part of the reason why I kept going, to be completely real with you, because every time I go in here and I see somebody else doing something, even if it's in the smallest thing, like it pushed me to keep doing more of what I did. Like I remember around the time where I started to fizzle out was when Mars was like streaming heavy, and I was like, man, I wish I could do that. I want to stream like that. Like, this is my homie. That's all he's not making no money, but he's killing it right now, streaming and doing this, and he's growing like this. And there's always somebody that's doing something that would always push me. So I know
Tack pushed me.
Yes, man, for sure.
I was like, Tack was the one that's pushing me. I was like, bro, Tack out here running. He running numbers, bro. And the same type of games that I like to play. I'm like, yo, Tack out here running. I was like, Tack got it. Like, I think Tack just got a new PC too. Tack, his audience gonna be back. Tack gonna be back in full swing.
He about to make a comeback. Man.
Next door neighbor, whatever the hell Tack choose to call himself, Tack coming back.
But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, yes men. I don't think none of y'all were yes men. Y'all all like.
I was just joking.
We all criticized each other like very fairly.
Like ask KDJ.
That's who I want to see come back, bro. I need a KDJ edited. I need a KDJ edited video like full in effect.
Always came back talking trash about my videos, man. Like, yo, do it this way, and I'm like, yo, let me live. But then I do it that way anyway. Like, yeah.
KDJ swear he Corey Kenshin, boy. He swear he Corey Kenshin. He just goes come back, but his stuff be fire though. I'm like, bro, I wish I had your skill.
And that's why we're hard on them.
I wish I had your skill, boy, because the way you edit, your editing is fire.
Yeah. Too bad.
I'm not patient for it. I think that's my only issue. Yo, like, if anybody has ever seen our Never Game Alone trailer, like our intro trailer to the YouTube page, that's done by KDJ. Like when we tell you that young man has he has everything he needs. It's just time, placing in where he is in life, and it's just what it is.
Yeah, he'll be back. I'm pretty sure he'll be back eventually.
He'll be back in full effect. Always.
But yeah. We got off topic a little bit, but we'll use that as a segue to so as a dad, right? We're supposed to be masculine and manly in our family. Supposed to be. That's what the people say, right? You're not supposed to show any emotions. You're supposed to just suck it up and keep it moving. So I want to bring up: is it okay for dads to cry for their kids? Like, like I don't know, just like for instance, Tez, your daughter's about to get their ear pierced.
Yeah,
boy, listen. You gonna cry if they crying? It's gonna be sad, man. Like
I can name 3 times I've cried with these babies by myself. It was back when Jazz, I think they had just hit 5 months, and Jazz was really this is the first time, like she still does this now, but I didn't know what was wrong. So she's 5 months. She ain't had a nap at all, period, in the day. At a 5-month-old, she's rolling off of like just one nap in the day. She's like, yo, she's crying so hard. And I'm like, I'm on the floor rocking with her. And I'm just like, my emotions just peaked. I'm like, baby, it's okay. Ooh, it's okay. Like I'm just like, why am I crying all of a sudden? Like, what the hell is wrong with me? And it's just me and her. And I'm just like, that's one instance. I had another instance where it was just when I looked at him and I'm like, man, my babies, they're not my babies anymore. And then like I was telling y'all the other day, I was looking back at videos of when they were still little to how far they've come. I'm like, yo, I just remember the days when I was first getting them to give me a smile or to acknowledge, me. Now, I used to have an issue because anytime Kira walked in the room, that's who they staring at. I'm like, bro, I'm here too. I'm in this thing too. I don't matter no more, do I? I don't matter. I feed you for a minute, but as soon as she walk in the door, yeah, I cried. No, but it's just been surreal. Like just this one whole year has been shit. But God gave me two of the most amazing little girls that I still have a whole life ahead of me to see what they turn into and who they become, and just. I'm pretty sure we'll all do it. Even when they get older, we'll look back at videos and be like, "Damn, man, that's my little girl. That's my princess. Like, what happened? Now you're doing things. Got little boys knocking at my door, about to get busted in the chest like Reggie, all
But
kinds of
yeah,
stuff.
you
So
know,
I think it's okay. It's okay. You
okay.
allowed.
I maybe I gotta rephrase it a little bit. Yeah, I'm not saying this that part like crying with. I'm talking about crying in front of them.
Oh, crying in front of my kids?
Yes.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, because no, we 100%. It's okay to cry, like for the moments and achievements and things that they're doing,
Yeah.
and because you're proud and stuff like that. And I cry when
Oh, Bob City.
I cried when when Millie got her first shot. Like that was
Leave
it
it,
was
Mars. Don't
emotional
fix it.
because she's sitting there screaming and I'm sitting there. I gotta hold her down. Like the doctor's like, hold her down, and I'm like, wait, what? So it was very emotional. Things like that.
Yeah.
That's cool, but like,
Doctor, hold him down.
Yeah, brother, hold her down.
I'm sitting here like, are you kidding me? Like you want me to sit here and hold my baby and get tortured while you torture her? But so like,
Sick.
it's like I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna cry in front of them. I don't think like I said, I want them. I'm emotional, but I don't want them to know like I have a soft spot. Because
But
I'm
then
dad.
they're gonna ask is,
I'm
does
dad.
daddy ever cry? I think I'm like, Mommy, does daddy ever cry?
No, no. The answer is no. It's always gonna be
she
no.
better say no.
Yes, that's it. Like she better say no every single time because I
Sometimes
don't cry. No, he don't
I'm
cry.
tough on myself for crying. I'm like, I was like, bro, I'm crying out. I know it's like if it's something I've
That's me
already
too.
cried over before, I'm like, bro, I'm not. I ain't got no
That's me
tears for
too.
this. I hate it. I either hate it, but I ain't got no more tears for it. I'm sorry.
That's me too. That's me too. I'm like, bro, you just finished crying about this yesterday, bro. Get over it, man.
Like,
It's
no,
gonna
I'm
be fine. He's
yeah, I'm
fine. You all right.
exactly. Like,
that's
I'm not the one to either say myself to get over. I would never tell somebody else to get over stuff when they get over it. But like if it's me, like you said, like I'm like, bro, what did you trapping on? Like when I lost my job, I was a little misty eyed in the car. Like, bro, I'm like, bro, I got a family, I got kids. No, I wasn't snotty. I was just I was hurt, dog. I was like, I ain't never had to do I ain't done that shit in so long. But yeah, man, I was like, damn, man, I'm actually crying. Like in like a couple days, I'm like, why am I in my feelings? Like, bro, you better not cry. I looked at myself in the mirror, like my internal thoughts to my physical self, like, bro, you better not cry. He gonna cry in the car, but you better not cry in this office. It's like we're gonna be all right.
When I start to cry or get emotional, sometimes I call it. I just say my testosterone hit a lag spot.
Oh my
god! It drops down a little bit.
This guy's a phony.
It's so annoying, bro.
This man toxic. Your masculinity is truly toxic. I got something in my eyes. Who's cutting onions? Did you pass gas, Wilma? Like what?
My testosterone hit a lag spot, man. That's a good way to put it. I'm telling you,
that chicken had too much estrogen in it. That's all.
That is so stupid, bro.
But yeah.
I mean, mine goes without saying, bro. I just had probably the worst few months of my entire life, not too long ago, and yeah, definitely was emotional in those situations. But the bigger question, like you were saying, as far as being emotionally in front of your kids, I can't sit here and say no, I won't. But the answer is no, I don't want to because yes, like you said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you are, that's fine. Right. But yeah, I and maybe this is just that old school man thought, but like I just I want.
Did you say man thought or thought?
Yeah, like man thought, like a
thought. Okay, I was like,
I'm telling Kira, your brain is somewhere else right now.
I'm like, what does man thoughtiness got to do with? I'm sorry.
I think everyone else knew what I meant, but anyways, like just that man thought OUGHT.
Thank you. Enunciate, big dog.
Is that sounds to say? I hate Tez, man. Can we beautiful 300 seconds, 300 minutes? It is to if you don't cry in front of your kids because you don't want to come across as weak. But it's more so that I just want them to know that no matter how upset they are, and maybe it's not the right mindset, but it's just how I see it. No matter how upset they are, they always know that I'm right there and I'm going to be that shoulder that they can lean on. They can be upset. I'll be right here. Like I don't want them to see me be upset about something they might be upset about as well. You know what I mean? And if all the time especially now, like we were talking about seeing pictures of them in the past and videos and stuff like that. Man, Malik is about to be 5 months old, and I'm looking at videos of him a month like as a month old, and I'm here like, oh, he's going up so fast. Oh no, I don't want to see this. Like but yeah, I will like to say to myself, no, I don't intend to. If it's something where I'll have to step out real quick or something like that, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
For sure.
Because
go ahead.
You like we are, in a lot of households, the man is usually like the rock. So if we start panicking and breaking down and start crying,
that's the way.
and it's just gonna be a ripple effect. Like all right,
Facts.
now the significant others breaking down crying, and now the kids
crying.
significant other going. It's like it's just a whole ripple effect. So
Carly gave me a hard time for not. I don't cry in front of her either. And that was something that she would always give me a hard time about, because she used to, not so much anymore, but she used to take that as me just not feeling something for whatever is going on. Like there was a moment where I finally broke down with the whole Malik situation, because I never broke down in front of her. I broke down many times when everything was going on with Malik, but I never broke down in front of her because of what Mars just said. Like I want her to know that I'm here. Like I want to be that strength for her, because she was breaking down a lot, obviously, but then she had seen that as that I was it wasn't bothering me. None of this was really bothering me. So then we definitely had a breakdown. We both cried in front of each other.
And that happens a lot too, man. Like I think we take on that, like you said, and that comes from how we were raised, from people who were raised to be just exactly like that. It was a way of the times and into us coming up.
100%.
But I definitely showed her a lot of stuff, and to the point where I break down, and it takes a lot for me to break down in front of somebody. It's usually by myself, or it's compacted, internalized so deep. You'd be like, damn, did you ever feel anything? I'm like,
do you feel?
Yeah, like it comes across as like numb, because like if I can't find a way to like numb it, then I really have to feel it, and then if I actually feel it, and then we're gonna have some issues, because it won't just be this that I'm crying about. Like I'm about to flood out everything. So it's kind of just, and that's a bad thing also. Like I compartmentalize too many of my emotions, but it's the biggest thing of, if I cry, I know she's crying, and then at the same time, I've never been properly consoled when I cried, even when I grew up. So I don't know how to react when I'm fully crying, because it's not like I'm just crying. I'm literally breaking at the seams when I cry. Like that's how it is. Like when my mother told me her cancer had got really bad. This was like, I think the girls were 3 months. I'll never forget it. My mother called me that morning. I think the girls had just turned like 3 months. I'm up early, still on my maternity leave, and she was just like, it's getting bad. I'm like, what you mean it's getting bad? Like none of her treatments at that time were working. She was like, I'm coughing up blood. My sister was telling me like, she's losing, she's fainting left and right. She's like, I don't know what's happening, and I couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, I've been swallowing this for almost a year plus, and like the girls in there just waking up looking at me like, yo, that's what we do. What is he? But I'm holding one of them, and I'm just letting it out, like, and it's like ugly man crying, like I'm screamingly crying, but it sounds like Kira thought I was laughing, because like I don't know how to control whatever I sound like when I'm breaking at the seams. Like my heart's just torn. I'm like, that's my mom. We ain't got the closest relationship, but I'm like, she gave me life, so I'm still gonna feel. I got some good memories, so yeah. But I've only had that same instance with Kira once before, but I had a shutdown. I had just shut down. Like I kind of lost myself. Like I blacked out when I cried, because we had been dealing with some stuff in our relationship, external stuff. So just a lot, you're just soaking up a lot in your environment. And then when it all came to head, I was like, damn, what happened? She was like, yes, this is what happened. Cause like I just, it's not healthy, and I had to learn how to start letting it out. But I think it's just because I think it's just I never wanted to cry in front of her. Like, yo, I don't want to break down like this in front of you, because it's a lot.
I think it's perfectly fine to break down and have moments in front of your significant other sometimes.
Yeah.
As a man, it's very healthy.
I can say that now, but I never felt that way before.
And 100%. I agree with you. Like I never felt that way either until the first time I actually did it, and then you feel relieved. Like I'm like, all right, because
Mhm.
it in my opinion, it builds the bond between you and your
100%.
significant other, because that's somebody that you can actually know, you can break down and
Let
have
your
a
hair
moment.
down with.
And yeah, and then, they got your back. They're gonna support you, and it just makes the bond even stronger. I'm not just saying going out there and just start crying in front of every dying type stuff, rub my back type stuff. But
Like, oh
as
my God, shut
as
up.
as a as a man,
Oh my God, shut up.
as a man, we have we carry a lot of stuff with us, and we carry our families on our shoulders. So it's okay, to put them down for a second and be like, babe, this is rough. I'm going through it. Because a lot of my breakdowns used to, because I drive a lot, so I used to be in the car, and
Pissed.
I would hit a lag spot a lot, like listening
Same.
to music.
I hate him, man.
I would, I mean, a song would just trigger it, and the frame rates would drop, and I would just be sitting there like,
This man's committed to the bit, yo. I hate him. Frame rates would drop.
yeah, I would just be losing it, and I just had to. Sometimes I'll just have to come home to Katie and be like, "Yo, look." I'll just start talking to her and just break down all over again, and I feel good about it. So yeah, 100%. If you have a significant other, that's what they're there for. They're there to help you out and support you and have your back.
Yeah.
And if you're crying in front of somebody that's supposed to be a significant other, and they start laughing at you and making fun of
Oof.
you, yeah, like
I was
honestly,
gonna
that's
say
not
what
that
that
ain't
you
it.
have to
That
find
ain't
balance
it,
in that
Chief.
too. No, that's
Nah,
That
red
ain't it,
flags.
Chief.
But I was gonna
Yeah,
say you
fact.
have to
nah,
you have to find balance with that also, because if the shoe should have to always be worn equally. You think about it as a whole of one circle. Y'all both have to share
Right.
that burden equally.
100%.
When it's your time to cry, there should be a shoulder for you to lean on, and vice versa. But at some point, if all you doing is burdening a cry,
Right, right, right.
you will get fed. Like, and trust me, we all come there, because sometimes I get to the point where I'm sick of hearing crying. This is, just not in general, like with just people in general. Like, if I've heard the same thing repetitiously, I'm like, all right, I hear it, I understand it, I've given my emotion several times in. I no longer have that emotion to reaction to this. So now, where are we going with it? What's like I'm starting to, like, what's the solution? Because
Right,
I
right,
after
right.
three
You're gonna try it
instances,
again.
usually maybe even two,
Right.
like I need to. What are we doing to resolve this? Because at some point
Mm-hmm.
you get tired of, like, I don't want to keep seeing you break. So how do we
Because
stop
yeah,
you from being broke? Because
Mm-hmm.
I care
Mm-hmm.
about you. So what do we do to
Mm-hmm.
fix that? So it should be shared in that same light. Y'all should be either
right.
trying to find a way to fix one another, uh, shoulder each other's burdens, and just try and make this stressful life and this whole stressful year as less stressful as possible, if able, and understand that even when it's dark, the light will always be there. It's just temporary. Nothing like this is always a given. It'll get better.
So I heard this thing. It's we all heard happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah,
Somebody flipped it and was like, nah, happy spouse, happy house. And I was like,
factuals.
you know what?
Oh,
You know what?
okay.
I was like,
Whoa.
I'm
I
behind
was
that
feeling.
one, right? I'm behind that
Okay.
one. It
Yes,
was like,
sir.
yeah, times have changed. Like back in the day, they, wife, of course you want your wife to be happy and everything, but it goes both ways now, So happy house, happy spouse, happy house. After happy wife, happy life. Nah,
Man,
nah,
look,
nah.
I'm telling you, I be having these conversations with Kira sometime. Not like, because I look at everything not introspectively, but like from an outer view. I was like, all right, so not being me, let me take myself out of stuff. And I know we going into a tangent or something completely different, but it still
I mean,
relates to this
Talk
topic
about it, bro.
somewhat.
Just talk about it.
Equality. I think we were talking about this the other day. I was like, how I said, do you know how downtrodden it feels sometimes to be dad, and everyone loves mom? I was like, this ain't got nothing to do with holidays, but it made me really think about it now that I am a dad. I was like, how many more times have I heard and or seen, when I really think back at all the fathers that I did see, or the father instances that I've come across, or examples of being dad that I know of, how many more times was mom made the priority than dad? It's like, if it's dad's duty to shoulder the burdens, who's looking out for dad? Oh, that's supposed to be mom. You say that, but when you look at what mom does, how do you truly say that that's what mom's doing all the time if her words don't reflect what it is that she's supposed to do for dad? So it's like it comes down to like balance. It's like, yo, I would hate it for it to ever be I'm out here busting my butt and then we're resenting each other because there's a lack of communication of, hey, you're not doing this. Well, like, I can't do this
Right.
because I'm trying to do that. And in order for me to do this, I need to do that. But if I want to do this, that takes away from time from doing X, Y, and Z. But we have to do X, Y, and Z just to keep us afloat or do whatever. So, the lines of communication and emotions definitely, an emotional line definitely needs to be crossed at some point. Because if, you're getting laughed at or you can't find a way to bond, you got issues, and we all suffer from that sometimes too. Like, it just happens. You miscommunicate. You don't get the right cues or signals, or you just can't stand being around each other some days. It don't mean you don't love one another or anything like that, but you just have to all right, folks, that was a good episode. I'm out. CK bit the cake. I'm gone. No, it's just a lot to it.
Right.
When you think about everything from your marriage to your relationships, professionally, non-professionally, interpersonal, or platonic, everything takes balance and it takes work.
Facts. Unless you do this one simple thing that I found out about over a couple days ago from a coworker. If you're a female, Ted, you might have heard about this. You have to cook cook them spaghetti.
I don't know where he was going because it went over my head. It was over my head for a second because I'm thinking something else. My head's been in the wrong space all night. So like, you already, like, when he said, "Oh, Tez, you might know something about this," I was like, is he finna say something sexual? Like, no, I don't. And he said cook spaghetti. I was like, oh, you trying to say I'm on? Hey, I like to cook in my house. I am chef. I appreciate. I got an apron and everything. I get what he's trying to say though.
Don't give him satisfaction. I'll apologize. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
And look, I don't know why I thought he was finna say something about eating butt. In my head, I thought Mars was finna say something about eating butt. And I'm like, dog.
Y'all heard about this? The spaghetti thing? Y'all heard about this?
No, my spouse does like spaghetti though.
I couldn't get past that part. I'm sorry.
If a woman offers you spaghetti as a man, don't eat it.
Oh, you talking about the period blood and the spaghetti, that voodoo stuff? I done heard about that, but that's like in the South though.
Sorry,
that's in the South.
I knew it.
It started with your people though, CK. That island magic.
So
not Barbados.
Finger wag, my boy. Finger wag.
Probably Jamaica.
Maybe, but yeah, I heard about it from my high school girlfriend. She was from Louisiana, so she was like, yeah, they used to. They never gave me spaghetti because I ain't never been a big pasta fan. But her mama told me about like women used to, they put that hoodoo on men. They put some of their menstruation inside of spaghetti.
Oh my God.
Sauce.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nah, son, I never heard that before.
Yeah. No, that's fact. Yeah. So
I'm surprised you think you actually knew I would know that.
Well, because it was a Southern thing. Because I had a whole conversation about it at work.
Right.
So it wasn't a slide. Oh well, there goes my brain.
No,
Sorry.
but
I thought you
made it a slide, and then I took it like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
It was good.
Hey, he a phony. That CK. Don't worry about it. That man a phony.
I was like, yo, well, it works.
That's my fault.
That man a phony.
I turned that something there wasn't. I'm sorry.
But,
I thought you were going. All right.
So I was walking by one of my coworkers, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna cook you some spaghetti." Talking to one of my male coworkers, and then another male ran up, was like, "Boy, if you eat that spaghetti, you gonna be set up for failure." I'm like, "Wait, what? What's going on here?" And then that's when they broke it down to me. The whole like,
look at
if a woman offers you spaghetti, do not eat it if it is not your significant other or anything. So then I had to think back of my life.
Why would they do that?
So it's supposed to be like a love spell.
Yeah.
How do you like make them fall in love with you? Right. Yeah.
You wouldn't know if they cook it down well enough. You wouldn't know.
No. So I was like, I had to think back in my life. How many people offer me spaghetti?
How much spaghetti have I been eating in my life?
Now
How
I'm
many
like,
bad
damn,
incidents you done had happen after eating a bowl of spaghetti?
I would eat. I'm never eat anybody else's spaghetti again. Like that's it's a setup.
That is disgusting, yo.
Facts.
I don't
Wow.
trust people who put their sauce on top of their spaghetti rather than just mixing it all together.
Oh, yeah,
That
you don't trust me. That's me.
that throws
That's
me off. I'm like, bro,
you?
you put
Yeah,
it
I'm
on
that guy.
top?
I don't like mixing it. You know why? Because then it comes out dry as hell if for leftovers. The next
No,
day.
that's because you
don't-
didn't
don't
put
put
no
the
pasta water
butter.
inside of your stuff. That's why your shit dry. See, he's a serial killer. I confirmed.
No,
Mars,
that's
we
anybody's spaghetti that comes the next day and they mix it together. It's always dry. Always
he
dry. I've
probably
not
don't
had
like his
somebody's spaghetti.
food touching on Thanksgiving also.
And Anaya's like that.
I put
Okay,
butter
okay.
on it. You gotta put a
Nah,
little
it's
bit of butter
okay.
on the noodles and put it in the microwave for leftovers. Boy, it makes
No, I don't do that.
spaghetti-
I don't.
Have
do
you
that.
ever had buttered
Olive
egg
oil,
noodles
olive
with
oil.
salt and pepper though?
Say what?
So egg noodles that egg noodles that just come
The new, yeah. I understand.
butter, salt and pepper. Fire.
What's that have to do with spaghetti?
Because Mars said something about butter on noodles. I'm just saying that's fire.
No, I'm talking
He's talking about with the spaghetti.
with the spaghetti like the next day for leftovers when you put it in the microwave.
Oh,
you
because
just
he
put a little
separates
bit
his
of butter
noodles.
in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I never heard
Yeah,
of that
yeah.
one either.
Or you could just
Yeah,
put
if
like
you-
a little bit of water at the bottom and warm it up. It'll still
No,
do the
trust me,
same thing.
The butter's the move, yo. You
Yeah.
probably never do it, but if you have leftover spaghetti, put some butter in it, put it in the
Yeah.
microwave, and it tastes just like
Yeah.
the first day
And
you had it.
people, make
Facts.
sure you keep at least a cup of the pasta water after you make the noodles to pour in if you're going to keep your noodles fresh and or if you putting the sauce in. It just keeps your noodles lubricated. Next day or not. Noodle
And leave
lessons with your boy Tez. That's what we calling it.
Leave it out.
Okay, food, just whatever we gonna call it.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to throw that in there, that spaghetti stuff, because it caught me off guard, and it was,
man, that caught me off guard, bro.
yeah, and they was like dumbfounded at me because I didn't know it, and I was like, yo,
living in
from
the
Jersey.
South, you gotta remind them that you ain't from it, right.
I was like, yo, look, we don't do this crazy stuff in Jersey up north like
Right.
that. I ain't never heard about that, man.
That is
No, y'all go to the
insane,
shore and
bro.
drink beers and party and fist bump.
And fist pump, hey, get crazy, get loud. That's right. Hey, Jersey Shore, hey, I'm so glad.
I've been watching it. I've been watching to do it.
Yes,
Hey,
sir. That's the jam right there. Guilty pleasure. I am not even ashamed. I'm not even a little
I ain't
bit.
got cable. Voice crack included.
I ain't got cable.
But yeah, I don't have okay what, but I think that spaghetti story was,
Yeah, no, that is enough. Okay, what for the episode? That is
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
That-
okay
I-
food. You know
That
what I'm
is
saying?
definitely okay. What? I have never heard of that in my life, nor and I wish I didn't hear about it even tonight.
No, I saved your life, CK. Somebody gonna come to you and ask you for spaghetti, and now you know, okay? I'm
No,
saving
damn well.
lives out here.
Why? But why? Who am I eating somebody else's spaghetti in the first place?
If somebody you just know, like you be like, if it's another female, I'm like, hey, I'm cooking spaghetti, CK. Do you want
It
some?
could be that random granny
Nah.
down the hall, just like, baby, you want some spaghetti?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
First of all, I don't know who random grannies down the hall. I don't know if I'm.
I don't know. Random Granny still having the period.
Yeah, bro. God.
Yeah, nasty. But yeah, on that note, I know it's Thanksgiving and we're talking about some nasty stuff.
Yeah,
but
thanks, bro.
No, who eats spaghetti at Thanksgiving though? Please
nobody,
explain.
but
Exactly. Don't worry about it.
I do.
Everything.
Nah, I don't. I just want to add on to the sauce on top of the noodles thing.
But yeah,
Dude,
so
wow.
once again, we are all thankful for all the supporters and all the support that we've been getting from this podcast. We enjoy doing it for y'all. We enjoy doing it for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we are here for the long run. This is only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, thank you. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving or had a great Thanksgiving and happy holidays and all that crazy stuff. We're gonna be having like 2 more episodes before the end of the year is out. So yeah, we'll be talking to you guys again. Tez, you know what you gotta do with your closing remarks, man.
Yes, sir. If you like anything we had to say, man. If you're watching a live version over on YouTube, just search PopsCast and you will find us generally right at the top. Give the video a thumbs up if you like. Comment anything that you heard that you may have wanted to discuss with us, or if there's anything you'd like to say back to us. Rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, people. We cannot let you know how important that is because it helps us grow. It lets others find us in their whole little algorithm that they have set up. But we do see that you may be doing it already, and we thank you for it. You can find us on any other listening platforms, Spotify, Stitcher, all the big names if you know of any. And again, man, we appreciate y'all. So y'all be good, y'all be safe, wash your hands, wash that ass. Peace.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, stay away from unsolicited sketty. Y'all be good, man.